Hey Scorpio, welcome to your April 2020 reading. It is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave the rest. Some of it might be for you, some of it might be for someone else. You might be a sun sign, moon sign, rising sign, or Venus sign Scorpio, or you could be watching for someone that's a Scorpio. Either way, I am happy you are here. You can find me on Instagram at Candy Wishman, and if you want to check out my exclusive Twinflame content, you can find it on Patron. All the information is in the description box below, as well as the schedule for when I release videos on all my social platforms. Actually, content on all my social platforms. Yeah, that's it. So I have disabled the comments on the videos for now, just because this is a very emotional time for everybody. And there's like some really strong energy coming through right now. I don't know if somebody's dealing with some anxiety. Okay, so we're just going to ground that out and transmute it right now. We're going to pull that right out. We're going to get rid of it. We're going to give that back to the earth. I feel like I have to tell you, I'm not going to tell you anything you need to worry about. I don't know who that's for, but okay, so I had to remove the ability to make comments because there are a lot of people still, and I'm very empathetic and sympathetic to where they're at, but a lot of people want to project their emotions and what they're going through in the comments onto anybody who's watching, and I just want this to be a safe place to be able to watch a video and enjoy it, and whatever content's in here, okay? All right, so let's take a look at the overall energy for you this month. Wow. I can't remember who got this, but this card is intense. This makes a lot of sense. We have Galactic Healer. Okay, so move forward with an open mind. Oh, it was Sagittarius. And then we have Divine Will, let go of fear. Okay, so somebody is sitting in fear and worrying about fear of something. So for one, I'm going to say this before I get into the reading, because I feel like whoever's watching this, it could be a small group of you. It could be a lot of you. I don't know. Open yourself up to the fear, because the fear is showing you, it's protecting a wound of yours. So it could be a fear of failure. Maybe you've experienced failure in the past. Maybe there's this concept of failure that's unacceptable and it's life ending. Okay, it could be anything. It could be anything you experienced that has shifted your concept of reality, that has shifted or created an inability to be open-minded or to be moved forward with an open mind. And the confidence that, I guess a confidence in knowing that anything that is meant for you can't be taken away. You can't mess it up. Okay. So I'm just going to leave it at that. I feel like, I do feel like maybe some of you are meant to be doing healing work. Maybe there's some healing that needs to take place for you so you can be open-minded without the fear. I mean, the fear for some is always going to exist, okay? You can feel the fear, but it's how you deal with the fear that maybe needs to shift and change, okay? It's literally a messenger. It's just telling you where you have wounds that need healing. It's just protecting you from a wound, okay? Of not wanting to experience that again. All right, let's see what you need to focus on, Scorpio. What can you put your focus on this month of April? We know that we are in the first house. We are in the first house of self, of the astrology natal chart, okay? So this is going to be about you, about who you are, about what you want, okay? Okay. So I'm just gonna say this. There are some of you that have some intuitive psychic gifts that you may be a little fearful of. And I feel like maybe it's part of this because the Queen of Cups came when the Queen of Cups popped out. So we have a Six of Wands, and I'm going to show you, we have the Hermit on the bottom. And I absolutely heard, okay, coming home to self. That's really what you need to focus on. When things get too much out here for you, come back to yourself. Okay, come back home. That's where the true victory lies. That is where the clarity is. We have the sun. Okay, so getting really clear. But there's more to the sun, so I'm going to leave it there for a moment. I feel like there's a lot of emotions around these gifts. There's a lot of fear around them, a lot of unknown. But I heard very clearly that's just life. Life is unknown. We never really know. The only thing we really know truly is ourselves. And I feel like that's why you're going to be continually guided within. The Hermit card is a card of going within and healing, seeking out your wounds to heal, and being unabashed in that, because that is where your true strength lies. You'll always be safe with self. I don't know that. So I feel like the Queen of Cups, again, psychic, clairvoyant, claircognizant, clairaudient, clairsentient, whatever the clair is, intuitive, gifted, emotionally mature, except when it comes to wounds. Okay, the Queen of Cups tends to be needy or feels like she needs validation when her emotions are out of sorts. So maybe that might rely to some of you. I know that Scorpio as a natural energy is a very deeply emotional card, or very, not a card, but emotional sign. So I feel like there's a focus coming back to self for you. Some of you are wanting to make decisions based on how you think others are going to respond to it, but it's not about others, it's about you. Because when you come back to self and you heal and you do the work with you, whatever you happen to do is going to serve a purpose in the world. It's going to be a true purpose, an authentic purpose. And then we have the sun. Okay, the sun, because I said it's about clarity. It is about new beginnings, but it's also the happiest deck in the entire tarot deck. Okay, this is about your happiness. This is about focusing on what actually makes you happy, not out of survival, not out of doing things because you think you have to, or it's the only way you're going to survive or make money or whatever it is. This is about your happiness. What is going to make you happy? What makes you happy? Okay. I promise you the money and all of the other stuff is a byproduct. And I'm also going to say this because I think it's really important for some of you to hear. When you are on your path, your energy becomes whole, okay? That irritates other people who aren't on their path, and they are going to react and project on you because I'm going to go here. I'm a little bit off the path, but I think it's important to hear because I'm being told it's important to hear. When people think about, I'm going to give you an example. When you're in a restaurant or somewhere and someone's baby starts crying, it's an uncomfortable feeling. And most people around that baby want the parent to take the baby outside and not get rid of the baby, but take the baby outside so they don't have to be uncomfortable, right? So they want to like quiet the baby. They want to, it's the same thing. So when you're starting to rise up and you're letting your own inner sun shine, people are going to get uncomfortable and they're going to want to cover up your sun. And I'm just saying that because it's going to happen, but it's not meant to deter you. It's not meant to create separation between you and those other people. It's meant for you to understand that their reaction to you has nothing to do with you or if you're doing right or wrong, because it's actually establishing within you what you feel is right for you. It doesn't matter how anyone else receives it because that's their own thing that they have to go through. Okay, so keep that in mind because it's going to happen. It happens to everyone in one way or another, and it's okay that it happens. It's just better for you to know that it has nothing to do with you so you can keep on trucking. Okay, all right, so what do we need to surrender, Scorpio? Okay, yeah. So again, we have the Seven of Wands, which to me is the card of somebody standing in their truth against all the naysayers. Okay, first of all, surrendering, giving any of the naysayers your energy, worrying about it. Don't worry about it. It is not their journey. It is not their path. It doesn't matter how close you are. If it's your parents, your siblings, your best friends, whomever, the people that are meant to be in your life, the people that will love you are gonna be there regardless, it doesn't matter if they have a hard time with it. Okay. Then we have the Knight of Wands. Okay. This is an energy in a different position. If this was in the focus position, it would be about you figuring out what makes you feel alive. We kind of talked about that with the Sun card. This is about giving up or surrendering the worry and the fear that makes you go back and forth with your decisions. Surrendering that energy completely. And the only way to do that is to get centered with self and go with how you feel. And for some of you, I'm hearing your body will tell you. Your body reacts before your mind does, okay? And then we have the Magician. And when this came up, because the Magician is an energy of somebody who has all the skills and all the tools to do what they need to do. But in this position, this is somebody who has all those things and doesn't quite believe it. So surrendering any belief that you don't have all the resources you need already. You already have them. You don't have to get them from someone else. And I'm not saying there won't be collaborative work. I'm not saying there isn't anyone who isn't going to help you on your way or doesn't or hasn't already helped you. I'm just saying you don't actually, it's not like you're not ready. Maybe that's more of it is. Surrendering the concept that you're not ready, because you are, okay? Once you make that decision to move forward, the universe will supply you with what you need, okay? What you already have. It's already in your back pocket. It's sort of like an assistant in surgery. You know, I need a scalpel, stat. Here's your scalpel, right? Pulling it out of your back pocket. All right, let's see. All right, let's see what challenges you will face this month. So we have the Nine of Swords. Not surprising, it's the Fear card. We have more fear here. And then we have the Lovers. Okay, and the Lovers can be about, I feel like in your case, it's about connection with other human beings. But I feel like this is fear over choice. You're going to be challenged with choices this month, making decisions, because it's almost like you have to experience enough times where you've made decisions that you can feel confident in your ability to do so. So I feel like you're going to be challenged with that, with making some very difficult decisions this month. And it's all for you to build your own confidence in self. And to know that even if it doesn't give you the outcome you imagined, it gave you the exact outcome you needed in that moment. Okay. All right, let's see what some supportive energies are. That's a very interesting card, but it makes sense actually. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So and it's interesting because we have the Death card, which is your card, Scorpio. Okay. So you have it in you. You have the ability to support yourself. The funny thing that I was laughing at is the Moon card came up, and this is a fear card. This is also a fear card, and it's saying it's a supportive energy. And you're probably like, I'm trying to deal with my fear, but it's seeing fear for what it is. That's going to be a support for you. Again, seeing fear for something that is protecting your wound. What wound is being protected? Use that fear. What is the fear trying to tell you about yourself? Okay. And then we have the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is about making a decision, but not quite able to act on it. Okay. And this is going to be supportive for you because it's telling you also wherever you hesitate to make a decision is where a fear lies. And where a fear lies, a wound lies. And where a wound lies, there's healing to be done. So I do feel like there's this energy of really using these difficult moments that you're going to experience this month to your advantage, because it's only going to take you one step closer to getting to know yourself even better. And then we have the Three of Wands, and I love this card, not only because it represents myself, the second, where I'm born is the second decade of Aries, but look at this person. They're flying their own ship. Okay, they're navigating their own path. And this is the energy that's going to be very supportive of you, of just maybe not following a specific map, maybe not following someone else's map, but following your own map, following your own path, you know, commandeering your own ship is going to be a huge supportive energy for you. It's like, I'm going to give you this analogy, and I know it's kind of weird, but this is what they're showing me. So I have a very difficult time going to a hairdresser, because if I pay someone money and they mess up my hair, I'm very upset. But if I go and I mess up my hair, I'm not upset, because I chose to do that. And this is how I chose to go about things. I did the work. So if it doesn't work out, I'm not upset with anyone. I'm not dealing with any fallout of that. I've got my own. It's almost like when we take responsibility for our things, it alleviates the fear around doing things. And maybe that's a weird analogy. I don't know. Hopefully it'll resonate, but here we are. All right, so let's take a look at an event that's going to come up for you this month. Very interesting. We have a man holding a coin. Okay, so I feel like for some of you, this is a business something or other. This has to do with part of your purpose. The man holding a coin has two meanings for me. One, there's going to be a moment where you need to step into your masculine energy, whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. Men are compartmentalized, they're confident, they're structured. It's just a different energy than the feminine fluidity, okay? When you want to be creative about things, you tap into your feminine energy. So I feel like there's going to be a moment for some of you where you're like, okay, I need to put on my masculine pants and I need to get really structured with this, really clear. And then for others, for more of you, you're going to meet someone that is going to open doors for you, but you have to be open-minded when it comes to that. You have to be open and not worry about the external influences of that particular situation. And I don't know if it's just because it's not something you thought of yourself or you considered normal or whatever it was. Be mindful for that, because it will be very, it will serve you. It will serve your purpose. It will serve things. It will be very good for you. Okay. All right. We're going to leave off with a message from the fairies. Because they always like to sum things up really well. All right. The 5 of Winter, walk away from dishonest associations. Okay. So we kind of talked about that whole, concept of what people think. Very interesting. Realizing what you thought you wanted isn't the best choice for your happiness, and something that is not worth the effort. Okay. So again, this goes back to coming home to self and getting really clear with what makes you happy. That is your month of April, Scorpio. Thank you so much for tuning in. If it resonated, please like or share. Be your peace, love yourself, share your light, and have an amazing month.